Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm still on my summer break, summer healing journey, and today I wanted to make a message about learning how to navigate life on your own, or learning how to navigate life without the support of people who you thought would be there. I know a lot of the times in our society we put this huge emphasis on family and friends, but a very big emphasis on family. And a lot of people say family is everything, blood is thicker than water, and that we have all of these sayings. But a lot of people don't put into consideration that not every family is stable. Not every family is fully functional. Not every family is perfect. And so I was going through a situation earlier today, and I hit a breaking point. And this breaking point made me realize that, no matter what happens at the end of the day, and I don't mean to say this in it's me against the world, but at the end of the day, all you really do have is yourself. You can have people who are family who treat you horribly. You can have people who you call friends who don't respect you. But at the end of the day, who you have to wake up to every single day is yourself and God. And so I'm not saying go into this big state of isolation, isolate yourself, because one of the best feelings ever is having community, is having people who genuinely support you. But what I am saying is not everybody who you expect to support you will support you, and you have to get to a point where you're okay with that. I thought something was wrong with me, or maybe I complained too much, or I just always thought to myself every time I didn't get along with my family, it was me. Something had to be inherently wrong with me because everybody else gets along with their family. Or I'm experiencing my parent very differently than how my siblings are. So I was just grown up to always think that if there was a problem, it was probably me. And I have been gaslighting myself so much into thinking that it can't be them. But I had a disagreement with my parents today, and it just made me think no matter what I do, and no matter what you do, sometimes you will never be enough for people. And that is okay, because you're enough for God, and you're more than enough for yourself. And sometimes we try so hard to get the validation or the approval of these people who will never validate us. I had to come to the conclusion that unless I'm doing exactly what my parents want me to do, unless I'm bowing down to their feet, they're never going to accept me. And I can cry about that all I want, and I can mope about it, but at the end of the day, I will never be good enough for them. And that is okay, because my worth doesn't come from another person, even if that person gave birth to me. Because man makes plans, but the Lord establishes their steps. And so even if my mom, whatever, gave birth to me, her words don't dictate who I am in this life. And we have to be okay with people not understanding our purpose. We have to be okay with people not understanding our journey. And we have to learn when to disassociate ourselves from people who are not good for us. If all you get when you're around your family or friends or your hometown, if all you get is bad vibes, if all you get is maltreatment, if all you ever do is end up feeling drained or negative about yourself, you have to ask yourself, is this an environment that I'm truly meant to be in? The Lord tells us to honor our parents, but He doesn't tell us to honor our parents if they're dishonoring Him. That's what a lot of people fail to understand. We are told to honor our parents, but not if they're dishonoring God. And so a lot of the times we try so hard to get in favor with people, or to have people validate or like us, when the truth is some people are just not going to, and that might include your family. And so in this season, what I'm doing is I could be having an approach of vengeance or bitterness or resentment. But I cried to God today and I told Him, I want to live the way You want me to live. And bitterness is not my portion, and resentment is not my portion, and offense is not my portion. And so though I feel all of those emotions right now, those emotions can't have me, because You made a sacrifice for my life, and I owe it to You to forgive. I owe it to You to be merciful, because You're merciful to me. And so what I've chosen to do is reconcile and forgive, but set boundaries. Say no. Remove yourself. Distance yourself. People will blame you. You're always going to be the bad guy. You're always going to be the black sheep. This isn't a time for self-pity. You have a purpose. You have an assignment. We are all doing life for the first time. No one is a pro at this. We're all doing life for the first time. Give yourself grace and give other people grace. But giving other people grace and forgiving other people doesn't mean that you're giving them the green light to mistreat you. I was so honest with God today. I said, God, as much as I want to reconcile, as much as I want to have this perfect family picture, I don't have it. And I'm tired of playing God, and I'm tired of pretending to be you and trying to control everything. I appreciate what my parents have done for me. Before I leave to university, I will write them a letter talking about everything, and even they might look at that letter and still not understand. But that is not my problem to manage my parents' emotions. So I told God, I said, God, after this, I am distancing myself because my peace means more to me than living rent-free with bad mental health. And I know, guys, the economy is horrible, and I know a lot of people are really struggling. And so a lot of people are living with their parents. But I have to ask you this one question. At what cost? At what cost? If you don't have your mind, you don't have anything. The mind is the root of everything. Your mind is messed up, then your health is messed up. Your health is messed up, and then the way you treat people is messed up. Your relationships are messed up. The way you perform is messed up. The way you love yourself is messed up, because it starts in our mind. So if you have the opportunity to live on your own, to live with a roommate, or have to figure things out, even if you have to live paycheck to paycheck, assess your own situation. Talk to God before you make any moves, because we can make plans, but He's the one that puts them in order. So do that assessment. But if you can take that risk, if you can take that leap of faith, even if you have to get 4 roommates, do what you need to do to secure your mental health. Because it is everything. When you are in the right mind, when you are at peace, that is something that billionaires with billions and billions of dollars couldn't buy. That is the eternal reward. So I encourage anybody today, if you're not feeling supported by your family, your friends, your hometown, whoever it might be, it started with God, it will end with God. He has the final say. So don't be worried about trying to show people what's real or show people who's boss. It doesn't matter, because God enacts the vengeance. We shouldn't wish anything bad on people because God knows what to do. So leave it in His hands.